things to say. Guests drop in with insights to share. They'll guide you with their expert flair. Stories flow, insights unfold. Stay ahead, drive bold and cold. Mohawk secrets shared with care. Hit the road with confidence to spare. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supplied. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supplied. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Tune in Tuesdays, don't be late. Nate and Mike got info great. Local auto news you need to hear. Ready to shift your knowledge gear. They're the pros from the dealer's floor, with tips and tricks and so much more. Be the buyer that's wise and smart. Rolling in style, you're off to a start. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supplied. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Got a question? Ask away. Nate and Mike got things to say. Guests drop in with insights to share. They'll guide you with their expert flair. Flow, insights unfold. Stay ahead, drive bold and cold. Mohawk secrets shared with care. Hit the road with confidence to spare. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supplied. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Ask away. Nate and Mike got things to say. Guests drop in with insights to share. They'll guide you with their expert flair. Stories flow, insights unfold. Stay ahead, drive bold and cold. Mohawk secrets shared with care. Hit the road with confidence to spare. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supplied. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supplied. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Tune in Tuesdays, don't be late. Nate and Mike got info great. Local auto news you need to hear. Ready to shift your knowledge gear. They're the pros from the dealer's floor, with tips and tricks and so much more. Be the buyer that's wise unfold. Stay ahead, drive bold and cold. Mohawk secrets shared with care. Hit the road with confidence to spare. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supplied. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Got a question, ask away. Nate and Mike got things to say. Guests drop in with insights to share. They'll guide you with their expert flair. Stories flow, insights unfold. Stay ahead, drive bold and cold. Mohawk secrets shared with care. Hit the road with confidence to spare. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supplied. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supplied. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Tune in Tuesdays, don't be late. Nate and Mike got info great. Local auto news you need to hear. Ready to shift your knowledge gear. They're the pros from the dealer's floor, with tips and tricks and so much more. Be the buyer that's wise and smart. Rolling in style, you're off to a start. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supplied. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Got a question, ask away. Nate and Mike got things to say. Guests drop in with insights to share. They'll guide you with their expert flair. Stories flow, insights unfold. Stay ahead, drive bold and cold. Mohawk secrets shared with care. Hit the road with confidence to spare. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supplied. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Got a question, ask away. Nate and Mike got things to say. Guests drop in with insights to share. They'll guide you with their expert flair. Stories flow, insights unfold. Stay ahead, drive bold and cold. Mohawk secrets shared with care. Hit the road with confidence to spare. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supplied. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Mohawk Table Talk, come join the ride. The podcast that's got you auto supplied. From deals to trends and buying advice, we'll make car shopping extra nice. Tune in Tuesdays, don't be late. Nate and Mike got info great. Local auto news you need to hear. Ready to shift your knowledge gear. They're the pros from the dealer's floor, with tips and tricks and so much more. Be the buyer that's wise and smart. Rolling in style, you're off to a start.
One.
It is Friday, February
6th.
6th.
The first Friday of February.
And it's also National Wear Red Day. We got the red on.
I missed the memo.
He missed the memo. Welcome everybody to Mohawk Table Talk, where we give you tips and tricks to become an educated car buyer, because we all know that an educated car buyer is the best car buyer. We truly believe that, and that's why we have this show. And today, we are talking about affordability. Now, affordability has lots of different questions. A lot of people come at different ways on how to afford a brand new vehicle, whether it's brand new to you or brand new off the OEM assembly line. But today we're going to talk about that today with a very special guest, Alex Hernandez. Welcome.
Yes, I'm very glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
First time on the podcast, and as always, the esteemed co-host, Mike O'Toole.
Thanks,
Back again.
Nate. We're back. We got a lot to talk about, and we're going to pack it in just a little bit of time here, because everybody, Alex has got a busy schedule, but he was nice enough to jump in. Again, thank you to everybody, regardless of where you're watching, on what platform you're watching. Please give us a like, subscribe, put your comments in there. If you're watching the live and you have any questions for us, or questions for Alex, because he's about to hit you with some knowledge.
Him with the knowledge.
Financing and affordability. Put them right in the comments, and our producer will get them right over to us, so we appreciate it. And if for some reason this is your first time watching Mohawk Table Talk.
Hard to believe.
I find that hard to believe, but we're coming to you from the Mohawk Honda Studios. We're located in upstate New York, in the Albany, New York market, and representing 4 rooftops. Mohawk Honda, where we're sitting, Mohawk Chevrolet, Rap Kings, and also Mohawk Collision Center. So welcome to everybody, and we definitely have a topic of the day. Affordability is a topic of the whole year.
Sure is.
We're going to talk about that really quickly, and I'm Mike. This is Nate. You know Nate. And Alex Hernandez is a business finance manager here at the dealership at Mohawk Honda, and so why not bring on the expert to talk about a few things on how it's possible to save you some money and what makes most sense for budgeting. So we're going to get to that in a few minutes, but we were talking a lot in the last couple weeks about some of the current events that we have going on. The most recent, remember, Greg was here last week, and he said we're going to give you the rundown on what happened at the pickleball tournament.
Yes.
And that was this past Sunday.
So this past Sunday, we were at True Pickleball in Latham, and a great turnout from the community. Thank you to everybody who came out. I don't have final numbers on how much we raised, but I will get that for us soon. You can text Kirk Austin to see what's going on with that one. But it was a good time. You know, it was for Special Olympics. We had some Special Olympics athletes there, and I was able to talk a little bit about my doing with the Special Olympics, what I've been a part of with them, and they were able to kind of explain to those who had never heard about the Special Olympics or what the Special Olympics did. And a lot of them were actually new pickleball players.
Okay.
So we had a lot of newbies, well, in my bracket. I was in the novice bracket. Place 4th, okay, throw it in the comments. I'm ready to hear it.
Well, there was a lot of smack talking before.
There was definitely a lot of
maybe
smack
not by
talking.
Nate, but by some people.
Yeah, a lot of people. Anyway, I think Kate and I kind of hit most of the smack talkers, except for our friends over at Mohawk Chevrolet, George Fielding and his companion that he had there. I actually don't know his partner's name that was there, but they beat us for 3rd place. So we got 4th, unfortunately. Caden's gonna chalk that one up to his sore muscles and stamina. We'll just go with that. They were better than us.
And it was a learning experience, and it was all for a good cause.
Yes.
But so we're not hanging our heads by any means. I wasn't there. I'm definitely not a pickleball guy. So, but we have some other events that are coming up that we talked about. We touched on last week. We want to double tap on that right now, and that's just in March, right? So we're
coming up on it. So we have Wing Madness. Everybody knows that special bracket that comes out every March, and people go crazy. Some people say they go mad over it. And so we are bringing Wing Madness to Mohawk Honda. We are bringing in some of the best restaurants in the capital region, and you get to decide which wing makes it through the bracket.
I love that.
So come on down, check that one out. It's going to be a great time. You do have to RSVP if you want to come, just because we need to make sure we give the restaurants enough time to prep for the event.
Yeah, reserve your spot. It's going to be awesome. I don't think we've ever done that before. Can you remember since you've been here? Have we ever done a Wing Madness at the dealership before?
We haven't done a Wing Madness. We used to do the Pizza and Wing Bowl, though.
Okay, that's true. That's true. But this is going to be Greg. I know Greg was pumped for it, so
It's going to be a good
chicken
time.
wing guy.
Well,
Sounds delicious,
his favorite thing is the trifecta
That's right.
sauce.
That's right.
From Mohawk Taproom.
Yep.
Who is confirmed, by the way.
Okay.
Mohawk Taproom is in. We also have Ruggiero's. They are also in. And we have some other ones that we're working on right now. So if you are, maybe you're a restaurant owner, you know a restaurant owner that you think is in the local Schenectady area that wants to be a part of the Wing Madness, we're looking for 8 restaurants. If we get a little bit more than that, that'd be great. But we're looking for at least 8 to put this event on. So
It's going to be like a wing showdown.
it's a wing showdown. You got to go through the bracket.
And we're going to be covering this. We're going to get a GoPro. Nate's going to wear it as he's eating chicken. No, I'm only kidding. He's not going to do any of that. But there's going to be a lot of coverage.
Meta glasses.
Yeah,
Not a
that's right.
GoPro. That's what was wrong.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Check our socials wherever you consume your socials for the links. Make sure you sign up to get your spot. Also in March, it is going to be not going to be madness, but we have a Mohawk basketball tourney coming up in March. That's going to be so we're switching for pickleball. Same type of thing, right? It's like a court sport. Yeah, court sport. We're going to switch for pickleball. We're going to get rid of the paddles, and we're going to jump into baskesketball.
Shooting a ball in a hoop.
Yeah, that's right. So that is the 15th, if I remember correctly.
I'd have to check on that one, but
I think it is.
I think you have good memory, better memory than I do.
I think it is. So check us out Sunday, March 15th, and we'll get some additional details about that on our socials, because that also comes with a lot of smack talking, because a lot of the staff here played basketball in the past. I know I did.
Yep.
But it's been a long period of time, so we'll see if that smack talking turns out to be anything at all. So those are just a few of the events coming up. And also, as time goes on, please continue to watch, obviously, the podcast and all of our social posts, because we have a bunch that are coming up in the spring. And as soon as spring comes out, we can get outside and we can do stuff and we can help those local nonprofits.
Yes, there's also going to be some at Mohawk Chevrolet, so take a look out for that. We confirmed some dates. We just had to get some vendors in line, but we are going to have a Corvette mixer.
Oh, wow.
So if you own a Corvette, you're going to be invited to come check out the new ZR1 in the showroom, along with the 9 other Corvettes we have in the showroom.
But what if I'm not a Corvette owner? Can I still check out the Corvettes?
I mean, if you like a Corvette, yeah, sure.
Oh, all right. Well, we don't have anything like that here at Honda, so.
So we're going to throw that out there. If you want to come, maybe you and I can have some coverage of it.
Yes, I dig that.
We'll do some coverage of that mixer. But last final thing, nationally, it is National Wear Red Day.
That's right.
And for that, this is for the American Heart Association to raise awareness for heart health. Personally, myself, I am wearing a shirt that says Heart Warrior. I have congenital heart disease. So, fancy title for I've had heart disease since I was a kid. I had something wrong with my heart since I was a kid, and lots of fancy terminology. But I got a cool heartbeat. We're going to go with that one for now. But for those who may not have any symptoms or underlying symptoms of heart disease, make sure you get checked out. Make sure you're getting blood work done. Make sure you understand CPR, because CPR can change a life just by pumping the heart. I heard a stat yesterday. I went to the glow up for red that they did. So around the capital region here, you'll have some red buildings with the red lights.
Oh, that's
you have
cool.
some buildings with the red lights, like the Capitol and different places around there for Heart Awareness Month. And I learned that 10 minutes it takes to kind of deplete the full body of oxygen. So even if you start all hands CPR, anyone can do no hands CPR, or no hands, all hands CPR. and that's just to keep the blood flowing throughout the body, keep oxygen rolling, and you could potentially save a life. So learn how to do that, because you might actually need to help somebody one day with that. So know your stats, know your blood level, your blood sugar level, all those different things. Get your levels tested and understand.
Yeah, very important stuff, and we love to rally around everybody, especially with Nate as one of our leaders here at the Motor Group. But please make sure you check all of our posts. We'll continue to post about that, not just today and not just this month, but always. So we appreciate your support for sure. That's a big deal. That's a whole lot that's going on locally.
Yeah,
and we have a big topic. Like, this topic is bigger than anything we can address in one or two podcasts. But we've been talking all year about affordability, because it's always a concern when somebody's buying a car. Is it going to be affordable? Everything is more money. Like, what's the price of eggs? What's the price of gas? Like, everything is a lot more now, right? We know that. And especially if you're somebody who maybe hasn't purchased a vehicle in a few years, it's been 3 years, 5 years, 10 years since you bought a car.
You still got that.
You get that sticker shock, right?
That $200 a month payment.
Yeah, holy cow! That's my cell phone bill isn't even that little anymore, And I'm sure everybody can agree with that. So what we wanted to do was, we figured, if we're going to talk about affordability, let's talk to somebody like Alex, who's an expert here at the dealership, about some options on how to make things more affordable. Because if you're like I am, if I decide that I want to buy a certain vehicle, well, I definitely want the vehicle, right? Like, for example, if I need to go from a small SUV to a large SUV because my family's growing and I just need the space, then I know I need to get it. But now the next question is, how do we make it affordable?
Right. And if you have questions on this while we're going through this, you want to learn a little bit more about this, please throw them in the comments wherever you are: Spotify, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. Listen, we want to make sure that you have a full understanding of this, because it is very scary when you walk into a dealership. It's very scary to think, I have to spend all this money for a vehicle, but we're going to help you get through it.
We are.
Let's do it.
Yeah, what I'd like to do is we're going to turn it over a little bit. Alex has kind of been along for the ride, but now he's going to drive. So welcome to Alex Hernandez. Alex Hernandez has been with us for a number of years. And Alex, if you could, for the folks, a lot of people who have come to the dealership at Mohawk Honda, they know you because they've seen you. But if you could, want to give yourself a quick intro on how long you've been in the business, how long you've been with Mohawk, and what your role is here at the store.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to say thank you guys so much for allowing me to join you. Very happy to be here. I've been with Mohawk Honda for over 6 years, and I started out in the car industry when I was 18. So I've been
a lot of years.
Quite a few times. 34 now. So yeah, they're really stacking up. So, but I'm super proud to be here. This is a great dealership to work for. I've been a business manager here for just over a year, and I was on the sales floor for many years here. So. Yeah, that's awesome. Alex does a great job for us, and this is certainly this works perfectly because Alex has been in the business, if my math is correct, about 16 years or so, and been here at the Honda store for a while. Alex, what can you tell the audience about how you've seen a change in like how much people are paying for new cars, like monthly payment or total payment? Like, how has that changed over the 6 years you've been here, from when you started at Mohawk Honda to today? Yeah, there's definitely been a significant increase in the monthly payments overall across the entire line, across all manufacturers. It's something that we've seen in other areas of all of our lives in the economy. Yeah, definitely a significant change, measured in hundreds of dollars a month versus
hundreds a month different. Wow. Now we touched on this briefly in one of our previous episodes, but for the folks who maybe didn't listen or weren't listening in that day, I should say, we have a few different ways. If somebody finds a car and they want to finance it, they're not going to pay cash. If they want to finance it or make monthly payments, there are at least 2 or 3 ways that somebody could pay for the car. Is that right? Could you kind of touch on those real briefly, like certain ways that they could do it?
Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of when you think about a monthly car payment, there's a few ways that you could potentially set it up. Traditional finance, typically you're going to set a term with a set APR that's going to be driven based off of your previous buying history, your probability of payment, which is going to determine the interest rate. So national average is about 72 months right now. give or take, but you can spread those options based off of how fast you want to pay off the loan. You also have a lease option. Typically, they're also broken down into a few different term options, 36, 39, 42 months, depending on the options that are available during the specific program of each month, or based off the lending institution that you decide to go through. And then you also have a third option, which would be like a balloon, which would have really a combination of both, where you're making, you are the title holder of the vehicle with some banks. Most banks, for a balloon itself, you would make a set amount of payments, and then you would have a balloon payment for your final payment, which would ultimately pay off the car.
All right. Yeah, that's and those are some of the options we've touched on. Thanks for explaining. Now, everybody's situation is a little different, right? And Nate and I talked to a bunch of people out in the wild there, and not everybody's the same, because, for example, if somebody drives a lot of mileage, right? Maybe they have like a long commute to work, or they just do a lot of traveling, and they drive 15 or 16 or 18,000 miles per year. As somebody in the finance office, do you usually see those people like buying a car and financing it? Do they usually do a lease, or is there one that's better for somebody that drives a bunch of miles?
Yeah, I can use myself as an example. I drive about 2 hours every day.
Oh wow! Yeah.
And I personally lease. So there's definitely options that you have both for financing and for a higher mileage lease option. Just to give you a breakdown of kind of how that works is when you finance the car, there's no mileage parameter. The things to keep in mind, especially if you drive a lot of miles, is that the value of a car is going to be based off the miles that it has on it, its condition, and how old it is. So those are all things that correlate to the market value of a vehicle. When you drive more miles, you're going to depreciate a car faster than someone who drives less miles. So definitely something to keep in mind when you do have a far commute. For me, I find a lot of value in leasing. Just to give you a basic breakdown of what a lease is the easiest way to think about it is you're going to be paying the expected depreciation over a set period of time. So in a lease, for me, I can justify that payment from an affordability standpoint is what I'm using of the car's value each day and each week and each month that I drive it. So when I make that payment each month, to me, that's the value that it's lost.
Okay.
And I think that is a important way to really think about it. If you're in a finance scenario, that can put you in a spot where the market value and the payoff of the loan can get disjointed, which can also, cause not necessarily problems, but something that you have to account for down the road. One of the benefits of a lease is that you necessarily don't have to worry about that in the same way because you're making the expected depreciation payment each month.
Yeah. Now, we touched on this, Nate and I touched on this in a previous episode. Is it fair to say that usually the lease payment is lower than if you finance that same car? Is that usually the case?
Yeah. So the way that I would really think about it is when you're financing the car, you're financing the amount that you're borrowing. You're borrowing a set amount from the bank, the vehicle, the taxes, the fees, minus whatever contribution you made to the loan. So that portion of it is very linear.
Yeah.
You're borrowing a set amount, and you're breaking out over a set amount of payments, and that doesn't have any correlation to the market value of the vehicle, where a lease is going to be more tied to the market value of a vehicle and the expected value at the end of the lease. And because you're not paying for the whole car, even though you're in a shorter window, you can typically get a lower payment with a lease.
Yeah, and everybody's situation is different for sure.
Absolutely.
And I asked about that, is it a lower payments question, because Nate hit me with a crazy statistic before we started rolling.
I did.
About there's some crazy amount of payments that are over
So there's a new data shows, and we can get you the link for you if you want to know where it is, but the $1,000 threshold, new data shows 20% of owners are now paying over $1,000 a month for their vehicles, and a trend is expected to double this by the end of the year.
$1,000 a month for a car payment, right? And that's just the payment, right? If
I think I'm
read
gonna start
this
walking
correctly,
to work.
I know. That's just the monthly payment. That doesn't include the rest of the ownership costs, right? So
Insurance,
whether you
gas.
have EV or gas, right? You have fuel one way or the other. You need to power the vehicle. You need to get insurance, and then you need maintenance too.
Right.
And that's on top of that 1,000. Now, we're not saying to be clear, we're not saying that at Mohawk Honda or Mohawk Chevrolet, the payments are $1,000 a month. What Nate was quoting is that was a statistic that new data nationwide says that 20% of vehicles, new auto loans out there are $1,000 a month or more. That is an astronomical number.
I know.
I don't see now. Alex and I are both in the sales here at the Honda store. We don't see that hardly ever. So we're hopefully helping that number come down from what it normally is. But there certainly may be makes and models out there, luxury models or who knows what, that are driving that number up. But that's a crazy number, right?
It's
when we're
crazy.
talking about affordability.
I wonder if it's because, so also we're seeing that you have Gen Z and millennials are on the leasing cycle.
Yep.
But you're seeing just 7% of baby boomers on this leasing cycle. So typically they're going to be financing, right?
Okay.
So if you think about the baby boomer that's buying their vehicle, they're going to be upwards towards the, correct me if I'm wrong, but towards the upper $800 to $1,000 range if they're getting a $60,000 vehicle.
Yeah. Do you think? We'll ask Alex this. Do you think maybe there's, and this is real generalization. I don't have any data to this.
We have no data. We're speculating right now.
But if you have a baby boomer, which if you're not familiar, of course, are folks that are a little bit older than I am, because I'm Gen X, but next older generation than me.
Silent generation. We don't get stats on you.
Yeah, exactly. So if 7% of baby boomers are leasing, that means the other 93% are not leasing, and maybe if they're buying expensive cars. Alex, do you think you've seen, and again, this is just generalization, do you think that maybe that generation has more disposable income to either pay cash or pay that higher payment? Like, what do you see there when you talk to folks?
Yeah, I think, if you're looking at statistics from a net worth standpoint, you're going to have a big bulk of accumulated wealth in the older generations, and I think that's been pretty consistent through history, and I think that's definitely reflected in the vehicle purchasing and the car market in general.
Yeah, that's true, because I'm just thinking of those, who were the biggest percentage? Gen Z
and millennials, yeah.
Which are the younger folks, right? Younger than I am. And I remember when I was younger, I certainly didn't have any accumulated wealth. I certainly didn't have the ability to pay cash for anything, so I was just like going on that monthly payment. So that kind of makes sense.
Right.
So let me just quickly transition to this. When we're talking about monthly payment, we're mostly talking about budgets, right? People are making their decision, and hopefully it's not $1,000, but people are making their decision on getting that next car based on a certain monthly payment, right? And you know what the payment is, and if we're taking a loan as an example, when somebody finds the car and they know what the monthly payment is and they go ahead and buy it, they know that payment's going to be the same payment the entire time, right? Because you can budget it.
Right.
You can determine what your budget is and does that fit or not. Now, there are some other things. We didn't talk about service yet today, but in most episodes we do, and that things can still happen to vehicles, especially when they're older, right? The older the car, the more risk there is. So if you have that 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old car or older, you never know. You could wake up one morning and guess what? It doesn't start, or it's making a weird sound, or there's a problem with something not working, and then you have to get it repaired, and that repair cost is not part of your monthly budget. Right. So I'll turn again over to Alex. Alex, we certainly have things like protections and products and things like that at Mohawk that we can that we offer to folks, and they can make their decisions on what makes sense. What are some of the most common things that you see that help people with budgeting when they agree to buy a vehicle and they want to make sure that they don't have these unexpected costs down the road?
Yeah, absolutely. I really think that an important part of making sure that you have the responsibility both from the ownership portion of the vehicle and you really have the maintaining credit and building credit side of it, and budgeting is super important for that. When you're in a scenario where you need to have a strict budget, and making sure that you don't have variable costs that can throw a wrench in your day-to-day life. And also too, a car payment is a great tool to be able to help establish, build credit, or maintain credit. It's a scenario where you're going to be borrowing from a lending institution. So that's something that's going to show on a credit report. It's going to build credit, and it's the same payment every single month. To talk about the things that are really important in keeping you in a fixed cost scenario is making sure, whether you're leasing or buying, that you have situations that can happen and have yourself covered for it. Like Mike was saying, if you're in a position where you have mechanical or electrical failure, those are things that have also increased in price, not only from the labor rate, but the parts cost itself. And I think that's one of the biggest things that people don't expect. And making sure that you have a plan of action is really important, and that's something that the dealerships offer as a service to make sure that you're in a fixed cost scenario. And so you can count on that payment and that you don't have those unexpected costs happen to you, so you can, build yourself for the future, especially for the younger generation, and maintaining a
good quality car.
Yeah.
And we love to buy and take good quality cars on trade, right?
Absolutely.
There's the
Turns
used car
out
guy.
if you have a used car that's really good on quality, and you take care of it, chances are we might buy it from you.
Yeah, and you get more for it, right?
And you get more for it.
Everybody's always
Turns
asking
out.
us, Nate, Mike, how do I get more for my car? Well, ding, 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 take care of your car. Imagine that, right?
Yep.
And you're more likely to take care of it if it doesn't cost you anything out of your pocket at that time, or very little out of your pocket. So if I heard Alex correctly, if you buy into the next car, there's ways to kind of have some protections included in your purchase that would be included in your monthly payment. Therefore, you make your monthly payment to the bank, and if something came up, like you had that breakdown a couple years from now or whatever, if something came up, you may not have to come out of your pocket with that crazy amount of money because it was already budgeted. So that's actually pretty smart, right? That's a way to be, make sure that affordability is there. If you already know that you're covered, instead of having those unforeseen breakdowns or a problem or whatever mechanically or electronically nowadays, it's nice to be covered, right? And also, one thing I'll add, which I really am a proponent of this, if you go ahead and get that coverage when you get the vehicle, let's say today, you never know, I don't know what the cost of labor and that repair might be in 2 years from now, or 4 years from now, or 5 years from now. But if you already have that protection built in, it doesn't really matter what that cost is 4 years from now. So if you didn't have the protection, you have to pay the 4 years from now cost. You know what I mean? So you're kind of like protecting yourself against that inflation of things that could go up. So that's a really good point, and that certainly hammers home the affordability aspect and how Mohawk at Mohawk Honda, Mohawk Chevrolet, how we can help you. Please make sure that you ask, whether you're asking remotely, online, or on our website, or if you're coming to the dealership. We're happy to chat with you. I know I am. I know Alex and the rest of the finance pros are happy to chat with you about this. Absolutely. But affordability is such a big deal that I'm glad we could at least talk about that for a little bit, because that's a crazy stat that there's 20% of monthly payments that are over $1,000. Not a Mohawk, but we see we have the info right there.
Yep,
it's crazy.
Yes, for sure. Well, I think we're good.
We did.
That was a lot.
We covered it, and we took Alex away from his business long enough today. So we appreciate Alex joining us for sure.
I appreciate you guys having me on, and I hope it was helpful for everyone who's listening.
Alex is the go-to guy. Junior says.
That's right.
Thanks, Junior. Appreciate you.
We got comments coming in. We're going to have Alex back every time because he's getting all the comments.
Alex is bringing all the people in.
That's it.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching Mohawk Table Talk. We come to you every week, Friday, 12 o'clock, to make sure that you are an informed car buyer. We know informed car buyers and vehicle owners, right? We talk about servicing. We talk about buying, leasing, repairing. And now we talk about wrapping your vehicle, and lots of other things, lots of other solutions. We should try to get Roger on here for our fleet. We'll try to get Roger on here. If you're a business owner talking about fleet and how to look into that, Roger is our fleet manager up at our Chevrolet store. But thank you, everybody. We'll see you next Friday on Mohawk Table Talk, where we make you an educated car buyer, because we know educated car buyers are the best buyers. Thank you so much.